Right now, billions of people use AI, but less than 1% understand what happens when they hit enter on any chatbot. And that knowledge gap is your opportunity. Once you understand the concept of tokenization, context windows, and inference mechanics in simple terms, you will be able to write prompts which are 10% cheaper and 5% faster than what you are writing right now. And that will give you an extra edge while everyone else will be playing with an AI tool which they don't understand. You will be able to engineer solutions around the same AI tools. Hey everyone, I'm Ankit, AI, data, and cloud architect with 2 decades of industry experience. Today, we are going behind the scenes of AI. I spent hours analyzing technical documentation from OpenAI, Anthropic, and academic research to understand what happens when you interact with any AI model. And trust me, I found it magical. We are going deep into the actual 7 stages where your prompt goes through. And by the end of this video, you will understand AI systems better than 99% of the people using it. And by this, you will be able to craft your prompt in a much better way. At the end of this video, I will tell you a hint by which you will never forget this in your next important conversation. Your text immediately gets captured by an interface. It could be a ChatGPT interface or any other mobile application or an API call. But straight away it doesn't hit the AI. First, there is a validation. This is where your message is checked. If it is too long, what character limits are you hitting? Is it properly encoded, emojis, etc., everything that you have entered. And next is the security. So before your prompt hits AI, it has to go through a scan of filters for harmful content, and there are injection attacks that are happening. Basically, people trying to hack the system through clever prompts. So all those checks happen after that. Finally, the system also attaches the metadata to your request. Things like timestamp, your user ID, session information, or any preferences that you may have set. But that's not it. Your words are your words. AI doesn't understand them. So for your words to be understood by AI, they need to be converted into numbers, because AI LLM model only understand numerical token. For example, if you type hello world, they will get converted into some hash number like 15496, or maybe hello gets converted into 1917. We never know that, but they get converted into numbers which AI will understand. And it is not necessary that one word get converted into one token. Sometimes a simple word like the can get converted into one token, but a complicated term like photosynthesis might get split into multiple pieces. So that depends on different models. So that's the reason you will see that different models have different limits and different way of billing you. So far we have understood security and tokenization, but your response isn't yet drafted by your LLM model. Now we'll collate your question with other context that you have provided, right? So prompt gets combined with a bunch of other information, what's called as context window. First, system instructions like hidden rules or guidelines, like we sometimes say to our ChatGPT, that act like a lawyer and tell me a suggestion on this particular issue, or we ask it to behave like a CA and help me in my tax returns. After that, it will check your conversation history and understand in which context are we talking. In the third step, it will check what knowledge bases it has access to. For example, have you provided any documentation or any websites, or it has to go through any web search result for collecting the information that you are looking for. In the next step, it will check for some of the tools that it might need to do the calculation. It could be a code execution or a calculation that you are asking it to do. And finally, it will check that is this response good for you. It will personalize the responses. It will check the facts from the previous conversations that you have provided, and it will load into the current response that it is giving to you. So all these things will provide the context to the LLM model to give you the answer. In the next step, This is the magical step where the numerical tokens are fed into neural networks of trillion parameters. Now the massive calculation happens. It has now understood the question that you have asked it. Now it is trying to figure out the answer based on massive calculation that it will do in the background. The key mechanism here is something called as attention. The model doesn't treat all tokens equally. For example, if you ask what is the capital of France, the attention mechanism focuses heavily on capital and France. It will ignore the words like which, what, the, is. And maybe the word Paris has a 94% probability of being the next token. And other words which are in its memory, like maybe London or pizza, which you had in the previous conversation, have a lower probability. So in this case, it is possible that Paris is having a probability of 95%, while London is having a probability of 1%, and pizza, which is not related to either Paris or London, will be having a probability of 0.0001%. Now here is what's fascinating. The model has no idea what the final answer is going to look like, right? So you and me know what the final answer is going to look like, but the model is going to do the calculations. In the next step, the token generation happens, which is also called as decoding. Remember those probability distributions the model just calculated, like London, Paris and pizza, right? So based on that, it will do which is the right word to be picked up. So based on the probability distribution, Paris got 94%. So it will select that word. But that's a very simple question. For a complicated question, it has to go through the same thing again and again. So it will keep doing the calculation and figuring out what the right words are going to look like for your answer. But we users are very creative and we ask very different kind of questions. Some questions are factual and some questions are creative. So it depends on the temperature of the LLM model. How do we get an answer? Temperature means how likely a model is going to be creative or factual. A lower temperature means factual responses and a higher temperature means creative responses. This is why creative writing prompts work better with higher temperature settings. Now we have got the set of tokens created, but it has to still filter out some of the words which are not appropriate for your response. This is called top K and top P samplings. In the top K samplings, regardless of the probability curve, we often want to completely disqualify the long tail of irrelevant words. So it will figure out that okay, I have to cut off at K is equal to 5. So it will pick up only the first 5 words. And in the top P, it will put a threshold and it will figure out these are the highest probability words which match my question. And it will consider only them for the answer. Once a token is selected, it gets feedback into the model as input, and the entire interface process happens again and again for the next token, and one token at a time until the response is completed. So it stops in if one of these three things happen. You might have seen this thing sometime. The model hits the maximum limit that you have set. It encounters a stop sequence like the end of a sentence, or it generates a spatial end token that signal has depth. So these three signals ask the ChatGPT response to stop generating further responses. And that is the reason you see a typing kind of effect on the screen. These tokens or these words are literally being generated in real time, one token at a time, and streamed to your browser as they are getting created in real time. Fine. So we are about to get your response, but the response which is ready right now is not in human readable form. They are still numbers. You remember? The LLM model took the input as text, converted into numbers immediately. Now the numerical response is ready, which we won't be able to understand. So it has to do something called as post-processing. It has to detokenize, again do the safety filtering to ensure that the model does not give you an insecure answer. It will do the citation, that means it will check against the fact the answer is correct or not. And then it will do the formatting of the response and make sure that the metadata attached to it is taken care of. Now you start getting the response word by word and they are getting added to the chat history. But there is one more thing happening in the background which you will never see. That is memory extraction. Advanced AI systems, they will analyze your conversation to extract important fact about you. For example, if you have mentioned that you are a software engineer working in Java projects, that will get stored. So next time you ask for the coding help, AI will automatically remember your background and it will adjust its explanations accordingly. This memory process happens asynchronously. That means it doesn't slow down your current response, but works in the background, improving future interactions. Now, as I told you, I will help you to remember these facts so that you can recall them whenever it is needed. You can remember them as prompts. Pre-check for security scans, rewrite for tokenization, that means alphabets to numbers, O for organize in the contextual format, M for mathematics, that means inference, that the calculation, the massive calculation that it do, produce the responses, test before it gives you the responses back on the screen, and save the responses for future response. In these 7 steps, from your question to the answer, you see the responses on the screen. I hope this helps you in your next conversation. Please like, share, and subscribe Flightline. Thank you.